guys doing today? I hope you're doing good. Today I'm going to do a quick video, or I always say quick, but then it never is quick. I'm going to do a video about some brushes. I recently had the opportunity to try out some brushes by Hakuhodo. And that name might sound kind of strange to you. It's actually a Japanese brush company. And I had never heard of this brand before. So I kind of did some research before I received these brushes. I did a bit of research about the company, you know, who are these people, Hakuhodo. And I heard a lot about them through other makeup artists' blogs. Like I was looking at a blog from Elke von Freudenberg, and she had written like a short article about them, how they were really, really good, and how a lot of makeup artists, like professional makeup artists, who are not necessarily on YouTube and on forums and stuff, how a lot of makeup artists are using these brushes now, and that kind of these brushes have gotten a lot of attention through word of mouth from other makeup artists. These brushes are made in Japan, and whenever I think of Japan, I think of really good quality, because Japan has like a really good history of brush making. Like calligraphy and all those kind of traditional Japanese arts require brushes. So actually this company Hakuhodo is, it's in Kumano in Japan. These brushes to me are honestly the best makeup brushes I've ever used. Hakuhodo makes brushes for other companies. They have it's called OEM, which stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. They've started producing brushes for other makeup companies. So if you want to know more about that, I suggest that you go onto their website and read about their company history, and it actually, you know, will tell you a little bit more about that. So these are the brushes. I'm just going to show them to you. They look like this. They have a bunch of different series, like they have, you know, some more basic series, and they have like, they even have some traditional artist brushes. So if you were into, you know, Japanese art and things like that, they have some brushes for that as well. They even have some geisha makeup brushes, which I thought is so cool. But these are different series of brushes. Now, most of these brushes are just numbered, like they have a series name and then a number. So I don't have them all memorized of which, it doesn't say it on the brush which one it is. So what I'm going to do is when I show you the brush, I'll just have it written up here in the annotation saying which brush it is, and I'll also link it on the side, all the brushes that I show in this video, in case you're interested in any of these. All their real hair brushes, so all the brushes that are made of natural hairs are cruelty-free. So I did ask about that. So none of the animals are harmed or killed to get the hairs. And their brushes are handmade. So they also sent me like this DVD along with it, and the DVD shows how these brushes are made, and it was so impressive. Like each brush is hand rolled, and the really special thing about these brushes, the Hakuhodo ones, is that the end hairs are not cut. So usually, for example, here's a makeup brush, okay? Now this is a cheap makeup brush that I got from eBay. What they would do is they stick the hairs into the brush, you know, they make the brush and stuff, and then they usually put them either through a machine or something, and then they just shape the brush by cutting the ends into place. So that's how usually like inexpensive makeup brushes like this are made. And you can totally tell the difference. Like this is really cheap animal hair, and this is also animal hair, but it's like, there's no comparing these two brushes. So what Hakuhodo does is they don't cut the ends. So the actual ends of the brush is actually the end of the hair as you would find it on the animal. So also on their website they describe all the different hairs, like they use I think 6 different kinds of goat hair, and they use squirrel hair, and it describes each grade of hair, so you can really know exactly what type of hair your brush has, and also for what purpose that hair is really good for. And in the DVD that they sent me, it actually showed how they did it. Like they put it in, and then they like comb through it to take out all the not so good hair, like the less quality hair gets removed. So this is all like the highest grade hair that you can find. All right, so now I'm gonna actually just go ahead and show you the brushes. This is one of the ones that I was sent. This is a finishing brush. I believe this is squirrel hair, but this brush is so soft. I've never had a brush this soft. It's just amazing. So you could use this for finishing. You could use this for powder all over. Because it is at an angled cut like this, it's really good for getting underneath, like for even getting underneath your eyes, getting into smaller places like the edge of your face and things like that. So I've been using this all the time now as my finishing powder brush. The next one is this one. Oh my gosh, this brush is like the Mac Daddy. This is from the, I think this is the S100 series, which is sort of like a very kind of luxurious series. This ferrule is actually brass rolled 24 karat gold. So it's really like a luxury brush. It comes with like a red handle, and then it has this really cool symbol of Hakuhodo, or no, it says, what does it say? It says Mizako. I don't know what that really means. Has that symbol on the end. And this brush is spectacular. This is probably my favorite brush of the bunch. It comes slightly pointed. Okay, you can use this for really precise blush placement. Like if you're working on somebody, or if you have slightly smaller, like a slightly smaller face, this is really good for highlighting. You could even use this for contouring because it does have a slightly pointed tip. And again, the quality of the hairs is phenomenal. It's so soft, and yeah, really good brush. This one is probably the softest of the bunch. This is like a blush brush. This is honestly the softest brush I have of all my makeup brushes. I have tons of brushes. This is the softest one I've ever felt. It is like when you put it on, it feels like silk. I mean, you can really tell the difference of quality of hair. I mean, I think this is Blue Squirrel or something. I'm not sure. You can look it up. All the brushes say which hair it is, but I've never had a brush that is this amazingly soft, and it's just, it's wonderful. I love that one. This is another brush from the Basic series. So a lot of the brushes in the Basic series are actually similar in shape. Like I know that, for example, this one is pretty expensive if you get it with this gold ferrule, but I think they make the exact same brush head on a Basic series. So it'll just be like on a regular handle, and that's going to be a little bit less expensive. So some of the Basics brushes are actually the same as some of the higher end ones as far as I could tell. So this is another really good blush brush. This is perfect for blush. It's very resilient. It's not, you know, it's not too stiff, but it's not too soft either. It's just that right texture. Really soft. Then the rest are all eyeshadow brushes. This one is really cool. It's pretty large. Again, amazingly soft. I think it's the same hair as that blush brush that I showed you. So I think it might be the same hair. And I use this for all over wash. Like if I want to just put a really quick layer of like a lighter color, I'll just use this one. That one's really good. This is the one that I've been using a lot. This is just a really good flat basic eyeshadow brush. Then this one is another one that I really love. This is the S142. This is again from that same series as this one. Like sort of that more luxury series. So this is a really good blending brush. I've been using that a lot for the eyes. Like I used it today for up here. Then I have this one. It's like a pointed, kind of like a pointed brush. It's really cool for getting into crease work and stuff like that. They also sent me a smaller one that's like this. So these are kind of pretty similar. So these two are really good. And then I also have a couple of these smaller ones, like this one and this one on top. So these are just kind of a bit smaller, and actually I find those very good because I have smaller eyes, so I can really get like into the inner corners and stuff like that. Or you can get it into the lower lash line. I've actually been using these brushes a lot too. And then this last one is also one from the Basic series, and I believe this is a lip brush. So you can use that for lipstick. So overall, those are the brushes. I'll have a link to them on the side. Again, I'm not being paid to say good things about them. I mean, I was sent these brushes, but these are absolutely fantastic. These are the best brushes I've ever used. I'm not kidding. The only downside that I would have to say, the thing that I don't like about them, is the handles of some of them are very short. For example, this one. This is one of those pointed brushes, so you can see the difference in size. Like this one is really kind of small. Like I have large hands, so for me this handle is a bit too small. I mean, it's kind of like using a small pencil or something like that. So, I mean, some of them are smaller, like some of the handles, like this one's a bit longer. This is the shortest one, so I'm not sure if they make these with a longer handle. I was told by the company that the Japanese people or like Asian people prefer short handled brushes, and that in the Western world longer handle brushes are preferred. So I guess it just kind of depends on the different markets. Yeah, last thing I want to address is the price. These are obviously very expensive makeup brushes, so there's no denying that these prices are high. You know, if you are a beginner and you don't have any brushes at all, I would not recommend buying these because, or well, I wouldn't recommend not buying them, but it's just you might not need them right at the beginning to start. Like you can find some cheap brushes at the drugstore and things like that. But if you are a professional makeup artist, or if you love makeup a lot and you use a lot of brushes, or if you're working on clients, these brushes are a very good investment. I think that you will be happy with them. I mean, I don't think there's any brush in here that I think is not good, honestly. I've been using all of these brushes a lot. I love them. And you know, there is different price categories. So some of them are very, very expensive, and then you can get some of them that are like very similar shape for in the more kind of basic series. So yeah, brushes are always an investment. The other thing you have to consider is that these brushes are made in Japan. Now, if like I live in Switzerland, and things that are made in Switzerland are always really expensive, and I think it's the same in Japan. You have to consider that the price of manufacturing in a country like Japan or Switzerland or any kind of expensive country is going to be a lot higher than if these brushes are manufactured in China or Indonesia or something like that. So you're paying for the higher cost of manufacturing, and of course the quality of these is absolutely unbeatable. You know, these brushes are fantastic. I highly recommend them to anybody who can afford them. Definitely check these out on their website. I do believe they do ship internationally. Hakuhodo is often at these makeup trade shows. So if you're going to a makeup trade show either this year or next year or something, then check them out. Yeah, that is it. I hope that video hasn't been too long. I just really want to say that I absolutely love these brushes. I'm being completely honest. I'm not being paid anything to say this. These brushes really, really are fantastic. Yes, they are expensive, but you get what you pay for in this case. So definitely check out Hakuhodo if you're interested in these brushes. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope, you know, you guys can check out the website, and you know, if you have any other questions, definitely contact Hakuhodo. They can answer any of your questions that you might have. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I will see you later. Bye!